Of course, we would like to thank the President for that message to our OFWs. Today, we celebrate the release of 9 Filipino seafarers of MV Eternity Sea who were held captive by Houthi rebels in Yemen. We would like to thank the efforts of our government and our partners in Oman. Tonight, we're honored to have the members of our panel, starting off with OWA Deputy Administrator Jasmine Ann Gapatan. Ma'am. We also have Undersecretary or DOH Assistant Secretary Gloria Balboa. Undersecretary Ezedine Tago of the Department of Foreign Affairs. And of course, from the Department of Migrant Workers, we have Secretary Hans Leo J. Kakdak. Would like to acknowledge also the presence of a DMW Assistant Secretary or Undersecretary Felicitas Bay. Hi, ma'am. We also have ASEC Jerome Alcantara and ASEC Maria Regina Gallas. Nandun pa. And of course, our media partners or our media friends who are with us today. From Daily Tribune, kasama po natin. From ABS-CBN, so hindi ko na po isa-isahin lahat. From TV5, and also GMA7. From IBC 13, Manila Bulletin, and DZRH. So at this point, let us all hear. We have also DMW ASEC Jerome Pampolino. All right, so let us all hear the opening message of DMW Secretary Hans Leo J. Kakdak.
At maraming salamat muli sa inyong pagdalo. At ako naman, sisimulan ko lang kasi we need to give the Department of Foreign Affairs a chance, no? Kasi sila talaga ang nagpasinaya, nagkaroon ng koordinasyon sa Sultanate of Oman with respect to the release of the 9 seafarers. But ako naman, ibabahagi ko lang yung karanasan namin, which is kasama ng ating Philippine Embassy in Oman, Ambassador Raul Hernandez. Of course, under the leadership of Secretary Tess Lazaro here in Manila, ay nagpasinaya nung salubong. We were so well treated by the Omani government, kaya akmang-akma yung pagpasasalamat ng ating mahal na Pangulo kay Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, Sultan ng Oman, Sultanate ng Oman, at yung kanyang mga kasama sa pamahalaan doon, Foreign Affairs Ministry, pati yung military air base, kasi dumating sila, they were flown through a military aircraft from Sanaa, Omani aircraft to Sanaa, from Sanaa to Muscat. It was about a 2-hour 45-minute travel. And they landed in Muscat in the airbase around, let's say around, it was around 9:30 I think at night. Halos kaparehas nung oras na dumating sila dito ngayong gabi. And sinalubong, and there were formalities, of course, and but we were treated very well in terms of giving a chance to personally meet dun sa tarmac mismo. Pagbaba nila, sinalubong na namin yung Sham as they were descending the stairs from the aircraft, and we had a chance, of course, to see them and talk to them dun pa lang sa pagdating, and we're so very thankful for that. And again, the cordiality and the hospitality of the Omanis ay ganun na lamang, ano. I'm really so appreciative of what they have done, and thankful, no. We joined the president in expressing our gratitude to the Omani government, to the Sultanate of Oman. And of course, needless to say, very thankful kami doon sa reunion with the families tonight. Nakilala na rin namin yung mga pamilya over the last 5 months, at kami na rin ay parang nagiging vicarious participation na kami. Nararamdaman na namin yung pain at hinanakit at longing at impatience at ano pang mga emotions ng families, yung spouses ng siyam na tripulante. So it's very heartwarming. There's nothing more we want tonight than to watch them reunite with their families. The hugs and the kisses and the tears of joy, nako, talagang priceless yan, ano. Parang today is a day na talagang ang sarap maging kawani ng pamahalaan to witness all these. But I also like to mention ASEC Jerome Pampolina, our ASEC for Sea-Based Concerns, and Director Ogie San Diego. I don't know where Ogie is. But they are part of the sea-based team who've been hand-holding USEC Feli by ASEC Jules. These are the teams who have, these are the officials who led the teams who handheld the families. Yun na lamang from the DMW side, we will provide assistance maybe sa line of questioning na natin maihahayag yung habilin ng ating Pangulo. Si Pangulo since day one, take care of the families, sabi niya sa amin. Parati niyang tinatanong sa akin pag nagkikita kami o di kaya messaging, dalawa lang ang tanong ni Pangulo, kailan at kamusta at kailan? Ibig sabihin, kamusta na sila, yung siyam, kamusta na yung pamilya, at kailan darating yung siyam? Yan na. At saka yung isa pala, yung labi nung nasawi, yung nabanggit ni Presidente, si Euler Neil Roy Faner. But everybody is home, everybody is safe. All the rest siguro sa line of questioning, our thanks to ASEC Global and the DSWD and SecRec, SecTed, DG Kiko Benitez of the TESDA, also si RD ng DSWD is here, Admin PY Kaunan and Deputy Administrator Jazz Kapatan. I'll hand the floor over to USEC S kasi talagang DFA po ito. I'm just there because of to take care of their welfare, but really our hat off to the folks at the DFA. So, ako na mag-introduce kay Undersecretary S. Tago.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary Hans. Actually, I think this is really an outcome of the joint effort of various government agencies here, as you had mentioned. The President has always reminded us to work for the welfare of Filipinos, especially the seafarers on Eternity Sea. And this is the outcome of that reminder from the President. I just want to acknowledge with greatest appreciation the help of the Sultanate of Oman. The Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Maria Teresa Lazaro, had personally talked to her counterpart when they had a bilateral meeting here back in July. And she followed up again the matter in November, the first week of November, by phone. So when I informed her, she was very happy to receive this information about the release of the Filipinos. And we are very happy that they're here. We are glad that everything fell in place. Again, I think this is proof of the hard work that the government, and especially in cooperation with our friends, especially in this particular case, the Sultanate of Oman, how it can benefit Filipinos overseas. Again, thank you, SEC, for helping us also in this and all other government agencies. I also would like to acknowledge the team in DFA here, Mr. Lemuel Lopez and Ms. Alpha and Ambassador Raul Hernandez in Muscat for the help that they have extended. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you so much, Yusek Ez. And for the message from DOH, let us all hear ASEC Gloria Balboa.
Okay, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Of course, para naman sa amin sa Department of Health na pinangungunuhan ng Secretary Teodoro Herbosa, kami siyempre nagagalak at nagpapasalamat sa Diyos dahil nakarating po yung ating siyam na seafarers na safe and sound. At andito po yung aming team, yung ating taga National Center for Mental Health na nagbigay na po ng medical and mental assessment para sa mga dumating ho natin na seafarers at ganun din yung kanilang mga pamilya po na sumalubong. Kasi we want to make sure na healthy po sila, malusog, not only physically but also mentally, psychologically. Tapos yun pong makikita po na merong kailangan ng further medical and mental assistance, i-refer po natin sa ating mga DOH hospitals at ayun nga po, ganun sinabi ko kanina, wala ho silang alalahanin doon sa gastusin kasi gaya ng laging sinasabi ng aming kalihim, meron po tayong zero balance billing sa ating mga DOH hospitals. At kung nakauwi na sila, kailangan pa nila ng further mental health support, meron po tayong crisis hotline na 1553. Kasi syempre, hindi ho natin tatawaran yung kanilang pinagdaanan, no? Trauma, stress po sila, kaya gusto po nating syempre sagutin yung ganong pangangailangan nila. Okay, so ang Department of Health kasama po ang DFA, DMW at syempre ang DSWD, OWA, mga iba pong ahensya, lagi po pag ganito sama-sama po kami na tumutulong po sa ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Asik Balboa. And now from OWA, let us all hear OWA Deputy Administrator Jasmine Ann Gapatan.
Magandang gabi po. Siyempre po tayo ay nagagalak dahil sa pangyayaring ito at nakabalik na ang ating mga marino na hostage po. Again, sabi po ng aking mahal na kalihim, this is a wonderful day to be a government official. We are very proud of our president, of the leadership, of the DFA, of DMW, of DOH, our fellow government officials, dahil sa tulong-tulong naming paggawa nito. This is such a privilege for us to witness this. So kami po sa OWA, tulad po ng aming mother agency, ang DMW, ay nandito po para sa ating mga OFWs, para sa ating marino, hanggang sila ay makabalik, makatayo ulit sa kanilang mga paa. Kami po ay nandito mabigay lahat ng tulong na naaayon po sa kanila, ayon sa aming batas and ayon po sa aming regulasyon. So ang OWA po ay nasa tabi nila, nasa likod nila, at hawak-hawak ang kamay nila. Salamat po.
Thank you so much, ma'am. But before we proceed to our Q&A, let me acknowledge first the presence of Dr. Bernadette Velasco, Director of Health Emergency Management Bureau of the Department of Health. Good evening, ma'am. We also have from DSWD, Assistant Regional Director Benji Barbosa. Magandang gabi, sir. And now the floor is open for the question from the media. Let's start with TV5.
Good evening po. This is the second batch po, no? Are we waiting for another batch po or complete na po yung siyam na tripulante?
The cast is complete. It's a full crew, no? There are 21 on board. Unfortunately, merong 4 na nasawi. And in terms of recovery nung nasawi, we have 1, ano, yung kasama nung dinala from Sanaa. And yung first batch, yes, umuwi na. Maybe maaga, no? 'Di ba? Kailan 'yon?
July, sir.
July pa 'yon yung pag-uwi nila. So no, okay na, kompleto na. But having said that, pati yung mga Omani authorities were also saying hopefully this will be the last. Hindi na mangyayari, and we have the necessary policies in place. We suspended the necessary entities dahil nga walang reporting nung pagdaan sa Red Sea, and hopefully yung may deterrent factor yung ating disciplinary regulatory authority.
Tapos sir, after 5 months po, ano po ba yung naging challenge? Bakit ganun katagal yung inantay po ng family at nung 9 na tripulante bago makauwi po ng bansa? Thank you.
Yeah, I could request Yusek S to respond to that. But let me just say that during the last 5 months, we've been, as I mentioned, hand-holding the families. We got to know them very well in terms of understanding their needs and yung lowest moments nila while they were longing and waiting for their loved ones to come home. So yan naman din ang direktiba ng Presidente as we mentioned. So yun naman ang naging role namin for these last 5 months. So yeah. Yes.
Actually, there have been cases also that had gone longer than this case. I think I'd just like to focus that the mission is complete and it's done, and they've been released with the help of our friends from in the Sultanate of Oman. Things happen, but we're just glad that they're back home safe.
Apo. Last na lang po from my end. Ano po yung mga benefits na tulong from the government na matatanggap po nung Siyam na Marino? Thank
Yes,
you.
We gave them a round of financial assistance just now together with the OWA. Ang purpose nito ay bilang pantawid din sa kanilang mga pangangailangan. We know na mababakante sila in terms of work as they really need to spend time with their families after their ordeal. And also, we'll be providing, as ASEC Global mentioned, we will be providing counseling and medical assistance also. Of course, nag-offer na si ASEC Globe, but we also have our OFW hospital, which is also well coordinated with the DOH anyway. So, yun ang mga ibibigay natin. Meron ding matter on their belongings, documents, government IDs and documents being lost, lumubog kasama ng barko. So, I think it will be tomorrow. We'll have some sort of a one-stop shop. We'll call Pag-ibig and all those other agencies na SSS na nawala yung mga IDs nila para under one roof makausap na nila yung agencies to restore all their lost documents, all their government IDs and government documents.
Thank you. Next question is from Manila Bulletin.
Good evening. Ariel Fernandez, sir. Secretary, ano po ang mga precautionary measure natin para hindi na maulit po itong mga...
That's a good question, Ariel, kasi ang panawagan natin ngayon sa mga ship owners at manning agencies na wag na pong maulit ito. I think the punitive measures that we've imposed upon the manning agency and the ship owners, not just for this case but in previous cases, should be enough to deter any attempt that will forgo or ignore or neglect the welfare and safety of our seafarers. Needless to say, hindi kami masaya na walang reporting man lang dito sa kaso na to. 3 beses dumaan sa Red Sea and there was never a compliance of the reportorial requirements under DMW regulations, never a compliance on the right to refuse sailing requirement, which should be observed. Pagtanungin mo yung mga seafarers, they were never asked. At least even officially, no? Kasi yun naman ang requirement, dapat nakasulat. Whether or not they agree on the matter on passing through the Red Sea. So this is really, I mean, alam mo, we're regulators eh. We don't mince words. We don't need to beat around the bush when we say wag na itong maulit, or else there will be punitive measures for manning agencies and principals who violate our rules on safety of seafarers.
Okay, next question is from Radio Pilipinas.
From DZMA. Sir, Secretary, si Tony Hildo from DZMA. Sir, meron bang directive ang ship owner na iwasan ng dumaan doon sa lugar kung saan madalas yung pagdukot ng ating mga marino?
You mean in this case? In this case? Yeah.
Yes,
Kinausap na namin ang ship owner dito and manning agency at meron na silang pangako sa amin na hindi na sila dadaan sa Red Sea. Well, of course, for now, no? With the situation still pretty much uncertain. Of course, may ceasefire but still uncertain, no? So, ang prescription namin is still not to pass through, and it's still a danger zone under the International Bargaining Forum regulations and DMW regulations. So, hindi muna, danger zone pa rin ito, and nangako naman sila na hindi na sila dadaan doon. And again, for those who are intending to pass through, huwag kayong magsubok kasi sususpindihin po namin kayo, hihinto namin ang deployment ninyo at pag-recruit ninyo ng seafarer, mahal natin mga seafarers kasi we really do not tolerate yung violation ng ating requirements, rules, and regulations on the safety of seafarers.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir. He's from DZME. Next is from DZRH.
Hi, good evening, sir. Ma'am, DCRH po, no, Chikakas. Nabanggit niyo po, Secretary, 3 times na po na dumaan sa Red Sea. Hindi po ba ito sapat na para mabigyan ng suspension or sanction?
I just mentioned, tapos na, nasuspend.
Okay.
Pinarusahan na natin both the manning agency and the ship owner in this case.
Mm.
And then we are subjecting the captain, the Filipino captain, to disciplinary action also from our side. Wala namang kaming wala sa licensing ng kapitan, wala kaming authority doon. That belongs to the PRC, and I think the Marina also has some authority. Pero doon sa deployment side, we are now subjecting the captain to an investigation here in this case.
And last on my part, sir, during na nandoon sila, ano po ang tulong ng gobyerno sa pamilya ng mga seafarers natin?
As I mentioned, we had been in complete coordination with families all throughout the 5-month ordeal. We provided the necessary means of assistance. We've conducted house visits and counseling to the families kasi ang pinakamahalagang assistance dyan yung being by their side and guiding them and advising them in the psychosocial areas. May mga anak, halos lahat sila may mga minor de edad na anak. Kaya it's very important that they feel the presence of the government, of the social workers, of the psychosocial counselors para matulungan, and even the medical experts, the doctors and nurses, kasi meron ding cases na humingi ng tulong, nagkasakit, ganyan. So, and then of course, the financial assistance and any form of assistance. Meron nagka-problema sa enrollment sa eskwela, meron nagka-problema sa panganganak, meron kasi isang newborn kasi, newly born baby. So yan, tinulungan natin postnatal care sa regions. We ask the help of the DOH in that particular region. Yung mga ganong klaseng assistance.
Sir, pahabol lang, meron po ba sila, sir?
Papala, yung tinulungan din natin sila sa manning agency to ensure that the payment of their allotments, their wages, consistent. May ilang buwan na medyo na delay ng 1-2 linggo. So, pinatawag namin yung agency. Sabi namin, that's the least you could do. Give them the timely wages, the families the timely wages. So, yan ang mga bagay na ginawa natin.
Sir, pahabol, may nabanggit po ba sa inyo, sir, ang mga seafarers na gusto na nilang bumalik din ulit sa pagbabarko?
Tinanong ko sila doon. Ang sagot nila sa akin, ito, I'll be verbatim, 50-50. Kasi sabi ko, dapat healthy kayo para sasampa na naman kayo. Nangitian sila lahat. Sabi nila, sir, 50-50 yon. Kapag uusapan muna namin with our families. So, in other words, spend time muna bigyan muna natin ng chance to spend time with their families, and they will make the proper decision.
Tama.
But we can help them, of course, if they do decide to return. We can talk to the manning agency and say facilitate the return. But in fairness to the manning agency, open naman, not just this manning agency but others. They are in no way barred, or should I say prevented from getting reemployed with other ships or with this particular manning agency.
Thank you, sir. Next is from Daily Tribune.
Good evening po. Kim Ojeda po from Daily Tribune. Sec, clarify ko lang po yung numbers nung seafarers. Bali po 9 po yung nakauwi po ngayon. Tapos ilan po ulit yung seafarers po na nasawi?
21 sila.
Opo.
9 yung nakauwi. Unfortunately, we have the 4 fatalities. So that leaves us with the 8 who arrived in July. In July, yeah.
Sec, follow-up lang po. May we know po kung paano po kaya nasawi yung mga seafarers po natin? May information po ba tayo regarding that?
I'll leave that muna to the investigations that are ongoing. Kanya-kanyang, meron ding flag state investigation at sarili din natin dito. So, hindi muna ako maghahayag ng mga detalye patungkol doon.
Last on my answer. Kamusta naman po yung mga seafarers nung nakausap na po natin sila bago po sila makauwi po dito?
My general observation is they're in good spirits. If I compare them with the previous case, yung binanggit ni Yusek S na tumagal 428 days yung nakauwi nung January, the Galaxy Leader Seafarers. Obviously, 5 months is less than 428 days. So this particular group was should I say, in better spirits. Although having said that, they still do need counseling with the ordeal they went through. And they're all fit. They're all physically fit. Yun nga, all excited to come home.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Next is from GMA7.
Sek, yung isa pong, yung labi po ng isang Pinoy seafarer, ano po yung detalye ng pagpapauwi sa labi and yung assistance din po sa pamilya nung nasawing seafarer?
The seafarer who is deceased, kasabay siya from Sanaa to Muscat, but may documentation lang na kailangan si Ayos. I'll perhaps ask Yusek Tago to elaborate on the timeline of the return. But as far as I know, they are fast tracking the documentation. Now, as to the assistance to the family, we had made the personal visits to the families of all the fatalities. Ako mismo, dumalaw sa tahanan ng lahat ng pamilya na nasawi. And with this particular family, we have provided assistance. Ang isang binili ni Presidente, hindi lang yung traditional assistance. So inalam ko rin kung ano pa yung pangangailangan. So for instance, with this particular case, this family, the mother of the seafarer was a former OFW in Singapore. That also needed medical help. So yan, tinawid ko kay SecTed yung case na yon at umiyak ko ng tulong kay SecTed Herbosa about the dialysis of the mother of the seafarer who died. So yung mga ganong klaseng tulong din sa family, may isang pamangkin that needs schooling, tulong sa pag-aaral. So tutulungan din natin yon aside from yung anak na tinutulungan natin sa pag-aaral.
Thank you. Any more questions pa po? Yes, TV5.
Clarification lang po, Sec. Sabi po before na 3 Pinoy yung nasawi. So yung isa po ay missing. So yung isa po na yun ay natagpuan na po ba?
Okay, so apat sila, no? Yung 3 ay yung 2 are expected to have been who went down, expected to have gone down with the ship. Yung isa nga ay tama ka, hindi nahanap. So tama ka rin in a sense, no, na it's hard to assume na fatality siya. And then of course itong pang-apat na kasama natin dito. Sige, I will have to stand corrected and clarify na that 4th one is indeed missing, hindi nahanap. Hindi ang narrative sa kanya ay tumalon siya from the ship at hindi na siya nahanap since tumalon siya from the ship.
All right, so missing. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any more question pa po? Yes, sir. Okay. With that, let's hear the final message from Secretary Hans.
Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at yun nga again to the agencies, it's all about an outpouring of gratitude and of course assurances of continuous support sa mga tripulante natin, lalo na yung mga tripulante natin na nasa crisis. And again, a fair warning to our manning agencies and ship owners who will dare to skirt our regulations and sacrifice the welfare, well-being, and safety of our seafarers. We don't want this incident to happen again. And there will be punitive measures for those who will violate TMW rules and regulations on the safety of seafarers. So yun na lamang siguro at maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. It's a great evening and we're thankful once again to the Sultanate of Oman and to the leadership of the President, of course.
Thank you, Secretary Hans, Leo J. Gakdak. At syempre maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga nakasama sa pagkakataong ito. Kahit na late na po yung oras, ay nandito po kayo. At syempre nagpapasalamat tayo